Ladies and gentlemen, may God rest his soul. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, as we lead to the entrances of our main event boxers, at this time, please welcome to the microphone top Russian pop star Larissa Dolina.
The glows are raw, so you shake inside. I know you're scared when I look in your eye. You can run, but you just can't hide. Oh no, whoa, whoa. Ready to rumble, no one here to help. I know you wanna be someplace else. I've got fire burning deep inside. It comes down to the strength of the mind. This is something we're fighting for. Something we're fighting for. Fear me, hear me, dare you to come near me. I'm as hard as rock inside, and I'm gonna knock you out tonight. In my hands, the power of might. Through my eyes, glory inside. I've got you, so what you gonna do? Ooh. Stop right there if you come for me. You can win or you won't succeed. Tear you down is what I'm gonna do. It comes down to the strength of the mind. This is something we're fighting for. Something we're fighting for. Fear me, hear me, dare you to come near me. I'm as hard as rock inside, and I'm gonna knock you out tonight. Something we're fighting for. Something we're fighting for. Fear me, hear me, dare you to come near me. I'm as hard as rock inside, and I'm gonna knock you out tonight. We're fighting for. We're fighting for. We're fighting. We're fighting for. We're fighting. We're fighting for. How you gonna go? How you gonna go? How you gonna go? Kostya Tszyu, Kostya Tszyu. How you gonna go? How you gonna go? How you gonna go? Kostya Tszyu, Kostya Tszyu. Something worth fighting for. This is something we're fighting for. Something we're fighting for. Fear me, hear me, dare you to come near me. I'm as hard as rock inside, and I'm gonna knock you out tonight. Something we're fighting for. Something we're fighting for. Fear me, hear me, dare you to come near me. I'm as hard as rock inside, and I'm gonna knock you out tonight. Something we're fighting for. Something we're fighting for. Fear me, hear me, dare you to come near me. I'm as hard as rock inside, and I'm gonna knock you out tonight. Oh! Have a good time.
That And here comes Zav Judah, patriotically with the flags, alongside Mike Tyson, and coming into a more familiar theme, Eye of the Tiger. It seems. IBF champion Zav Judah, 27-0, 1 no contest, 21 knockouts. Elusive, unorthodox southpaw, wild swinger with exceptional speed, power in both hands. Will he dance rings around Kostya Tszyu as he predicts, or will he get sucked into a slugfest? Can he stay away from Tszyu? Deep concentration on Judah's face. Is this the night we really see what Judah is made of if he gets caught? It's a long walk from the dressing room here at the MGM Grand to the ring. Draped in the American flag, Zav Judah. One of 7 fighting brothers. Many of them are there. His father, Yoel, also his trainer. Yoel says, I'm not his father, I'm Zav's homeboy. Zav says we have a Batman and Robin relationship. They're buddies. But Yoel is also a strict disciplinarian. Well, we've all been waiting a long time, over a year for this fight. So I guess we can wait a few more seconds before Zav Judah finally climbs between the ropes. Perhaps getting some last-second advice from the former undisputed heavyweight champion. Mike Tyson to the right of Judah, who's been down this path many, many times before, lending advice to Judah as he gets closer and closer to the ring.
Tyson has a wealth of knowledge, especially in high-pressure situations, just like this one.
He's been knocked down twice by guys who don't hit as hard as Kostya Tszyu, Bobby. Should that be a concern?
Well, it should be a concern for Judah, I think, especially because he got knocked down because he got careless. Never flash knockdown, he wasn't really hurt, but this guy can really hurt you. I think he has to address the mistakes, not so much the knockdowns.
But the prevailing opinion is Tszyu has the edge in punching power, but we'll see if he knows how to use it effectively against a speedy guy like Judah. What's the key for Tszyu to catch Judah?
I think the key is constant pressure and some good body work. I think it's really, she needs to work that body. It's so important. And also, he's got to be sharp with his defense. Let some punches land early. Get the message across that, by the way, I can punch and I'm here to fight.
And the ability to time those punches perfectly. Let's size him up now, Bobby, as we check out the tail of the tape. Judah turned 24 7 days ago. Tszyu hit 32 2 months back. The height even. Nice 5-inch reach advantage for Judah. At yesterday's weigh-in, Tszyu right on the money. Judah just under. Tonight, Tszyu 143 3/4. Judah 143. And the key rules for this unification title fight: no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. If an accidental headbutt occurs before the end of the 4th round, the fight is ruled a technical draw. If it happens after the end of round 4, they go to the scorecards. One of the year's most anticipated fights, a fight some said would not happen, is finally upon us. So much on the line in this rare unification fight between Kostya Tszyu and Judah. As we set it back up to the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr. for the pre-fight introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and we welcome you to the City of Entertainment, the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada, for the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Vlad Wharton's Millennium Events in association with Main Events, the MGM Grand, and Showtime. This unification bout is sanctioned by the following governing bodies: the WBC President Jose Sulaiman, Supervisors Rex Ross Walker and Edmund Lipinski, the WBA President Gilberto Mendoza, Supervisor York Van Nixon, the IBF President Marion Muhammad, Supervisor Mahassan Scott, and the Nevada State Athletic Commission, the Chairman Dr. Luther Mack, Commissioners Dr. Tony Alamo, Amy Ayub, Glenn Carano, and Dr. Flip Pomansky, with the Executive Director Mark Ratner. Introducing to you our 3 judges scoring this bout from ringside: from Las Vegas, Nevada, Dwayne Ford; from Kent, Washington, Glenn Hamada; and from London, England, John Keane. And the 3rd man of the ring, our referee in charge of this bout. He is working in this his 47th world title bout, Jay Nady. All right, fans, here we go with our main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the unified and undisputed 140-pound championship of the world. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, it is showtime! Introducing to you first on my right, he is fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red trunks with black trim, hailing from Brooklyn, New York. He weighed in at a ready 139 1/2 pounds. His undefeated record stands at 27 wins, no losses, 1 no contest, with 21 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the undefeated IBF Junior Welterweight Champion of the World, introducing Zab Super Judah. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks, originally from Sarov, Russia, now fighting out of Sydney, Australia. He weighed in at the limit of 140 pounds even. His record stands at 27 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, with 22 wins coming by way of knockout. And here is the WBA and WBC Super Lightweight Champion of the World, known as the Thunder from Down Under, introducing Kostya Tszyu. And once again, a referee in charge, Jay Nady, now to give instructions. 12 rounds of championship boxing schedule.
Fighters, come center, please. All right, do we have any questions? Obey my commands. I want a clean fight. All right? It's the belly button to the hip bone to the line. It's 12 rounds. Touch gloves now, let's go to work.
Both respect each other, but they're not intimidated. No telling exactly how Tszyu will start. He told us he had several plans, one of them to jump on Judah at the bell. And as far as Judah, often a very puzzling opponent, been more patient and deliberate at the start of recent fights. So finally it's here. Tszyu versus Judah. Referee Jay Nady brings them together. Here we go.
Well, he's going to come out and put the pressure on his Kostya Tszyu, but one of the things he doesn't want to do is be reckless, because Zab has super reflexes and great speed. You get caught coming in, it doubles the power.
We've seen Tszyu look to test the heart and chin early of his opponents. He'll make you pay if you miss or make a mistake. The big right hand, left hook, stiff jab. He knows how to bruise you up. Judah, the free swinging southpaw. Power in both fists.
Don't grab.
So even if you move to your left against the southpaw, it doesn't always help against Judah.
Zab changes directions in fractions of a second and hits you in the process. Sometimes he says he doesn't even know he's going to hit you, and he just does.
Yeah, Judah doesn't know where those punches are going, but Tszyu says he does. Okay.
I'm not sure how that works. I really don't. Maybe he has a radar.
Psychic hotline. Judah says to stand in front of Tszyu and slug with him would be silly, but he promised he wouldn't run. Missing with a left uppercut. Zab Judah, and that one evil intent on it. Judah telling us the early stages of the fight will be pivotal. He's nailing Tszyu here. Tszyu holding on. What a
He
flurry.
gets there first, usually gets there best. They threw simultaneously, and Tszyu's did not land. Zab Judah's did.
About a minute 15 into round one, the first salvo, and it was offered up by the Brooklynite Judah, who missed wildly with a left there.
Box.
Something I've noticed about the way Zab is moving and leaning, I think Kostya Tszyu is going to be better suited to use a left hook to the body to start slowing Judah's legs down.
Tszyu feeling the speed of Judah early on.
Keep your head up.
We approach the final minute of round one. Right now, Judah looking too fast for Tszyu. Look at the head movement by Judah, and then he comes through with a combination of the head. And whirling away with a left hook, continues to hit.
Kostya Tszyu cannot move straight back against Zab Judah. He's too quick.
Tszyu looks to be in trouble early against the speedy Judah. Judah in command.
Zab letting Tszyu off the hook a little bit.
Stop! No, no, no. Don't do that. Not even fun.
We'll see if Tszyu gets frustrated.
Nice body shot underneath by Kostya Tszyu.
Tszyu nodding his head as if to say you didn't hurt. Now Tszyu coming forward. 10 seconds left in the first round. And he's connecting, not power punches, because he's just in too close, not enough leverage.
The right hand was okay, and the left hook to the body wasn't that clean, but he's getting the right idea.
Good first round for Judah.
Morning, Johnny. Go in.
Hey, I'll stay in. All right, mate. I said, well, just to go see what he's doing. He's banging on the left up.
You see a timing shot here, Steve. They both go to throw punches, and there's an uppercut. Zab Judah lands first. And again, Kostya Tszyu cannot back up straight like that. Judah's just too quick. Here's a super slow-mo, another look at it. Judah's so quick. There it is, right on the button. And again, Kostya Tszyu goes straight back. Judah will close that gap immediately and hurt him if he does that. He has to move off to the side.
Seconds up, please.
Zab Judah certainly living up to his boasting in the opening round. Round two scheduled for 10.
Stop!
You can see Zab on the inside holding Kostya Tszyu. That gives you an indication that he respects his strength and power on the inside a lot.
12 rounds, of course. I may have said 10. Judah dancing around. Hard for Tszyu to catch.
One of the more amazing things about Judah, even though he moves like that, he can stop on a dime and fire.
Judah continues to be up on his toes, but Tszyu stalking. Tszyu coming forward. Here's the jab by Tszyu.
He's using a nice jab in this round so far. Being very effective. Power jab, stuffing it to the body and head. Zab Judah.
It's a very stiff jab. Let's see if he can follow it up. There's that jab again, but Judah counters with a jab of his own. Tszyu missing. Those punches were blocked by Kostya Tszyu.
As we're just about halfway through this round, different round, much more effective for Tszyu.
Maybe the best right hand offered by Tszyu there.
Stop! Let him up. Keep your head up.
Tszyu walking right into that right hand. Judah continues to keep his distance. Lot of head movement. Tszyu on the rampage there, but tied up by Judah wisely.
Not a lot effective, but he was the effective aggressor in the sequence. Did land a little bit, but not a lot.
Judah giving him the angles, a lot of movement, a lot of bobbing and weaving. There's a right thrust that just missed by Judah.
Nice right hand and left hook by Kostya Tszyu, one of his better combinations. And a nice jab.
A stiff jab by Tszyu. Tszyu trying to find his range.
Stop! Stop! Don't grab his head.
We approach 20 seconds remaining, round two. How do you find your range against Zab Judah?
The range changes all the time, Steve.
Exactly.
You have to come forward and work. And this round was Kostya Tszyu's clearly, evening things up.
And ending strong. Down he goes. A right hand. He's in trouble.
He's in real trouble.
It's over. JD stops the fight in the second round, and it's over by Tszyu. A right hand upstairs, and it's over just like that. Unbelievable.
You know, Steve, was something I think the people at home should know. If you get up and fall back down, it's an automatic. Stop it.
So we have controversy here in Las Vegas as Zab Judah protests along with his people.
Don't worry about it. I told you. You walking with him right here. I told you. Just calm down.
Here at the setting for one of Mike Tyson's greatest disappointments to Evander Holyfield, a major disappointment for his Brooklynite friend, Zab Judah. 2:59 of round two. Unbelievable. A shocked Zab Judah.
It was a good right hand. It was well timed. Again, coming forward, Kostya Tszyu has the power.
Oh, look at this. This is no good. Taking a glove to the neck of Jay Nady was Zab Judah, and that could cost him.
Steve, I do believe there's a rule that if a fighter goes down, gets up, and then goes back down, that the fight stops. I do believe that is a rule. Now, I'm not sure under these unified rules if that's going to pertain to every sanctioned body, but years ago, I saw a fighter get up, and the referee said, no, take a knee, took a knee, take an 8 count, and the referee called it off.
Well, Zab being consoled by his dad and trainer Yoel, just trying to calm him down so he doesn't do any damage here. In a tumultuous situation, very tenuous. I think Nady was just using discretion, and every once in a while, Zab just explodes.
We have to fight it.
Calm down.
He ain't fucking count, yo.
I said calm down.
We will fight it.
Calm down, man. Calm down, JD.
Fuck this.
We were going to fight it. Just calm down. This will not help you. This doesn't help you, Zab.
Being calmed down by main event COO Gary Shaw. There's the man in question, referee Jay Nady. Surrounded by security just in case Judah explodes again. Well, if Mike Tyson ever had advice for his friend Zab Judah, this would really be the time to lend an ear.
I'm not sure he has really this type of advice because Mike's not really been that that often on this end of it. And when he has, it's been over.
Yeah. Yoel just trying to tell him to chill right now, and a smiling Kostya Tszyu hasn't done much smiling all weekend. Finally gets an opportunity to do that. Oh man, what a turn of events. And there's Tyson.
Not assigned a fighter escort or the ring corners outside the ring and circling.
Looking a little shocked and dismayed. Let's get the official announcement anyway from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes, 59 seconds in round number 2. Our referee in charge, Jay Nady, stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout. He is now the unified and undisputed 140-pound champion of the world, the Thunder from down under, Kostya Tszyu.
The odds on that happening was 22-1, but Kostya Tszyu overall a 3-1 underdog, but able to hold on to the belts and then add the IBF belt of Judah, who continues to explode and be expressive and has to be restrained. The security is holding him back.
I believe they might need to put an officer at Jay Nady's room tonight.
Listen to me a second.
And much calmer on the other side of the ring with Kostya Tszyu, a livid Judah.
You're hurting yourself. Calm down.
He goes in waves. He'll be okay for a few seconds, then and he bolts again.
As soon as he has a minute to think about it and they don't have him pressed up against the rope, he wants to exact his own little bit of revenge.
Shocking controversy and an upset here in Las Vegas. And this is the man in the center of the storm, Jay Nady, the referee, who stopped the fight. Unpopular decision here amongst the fans. You can see the frustration on his face. He didn't want to do that. He felt, I guess in his mind, he had no other alternative, no other choice.
And once again,
the guy was wobbly when he got up. And
if the rule is that you go down twice, it's automatic stoppage, then that's clear evidence he went down twice.
Well, he was probably just, he'll say he was guarding against the safety of a human being. And now Judah making his exit. Let's hope this goes safely and cleanly. Well, let's get it up to Tim Smith, who is standing by with the winner, Kostya Tszyu. Tim?
Thank you very much, Steve. Kostya Tszyu is very, very happy with this, but it was a very, very controversial ending, almost reminiscent of the Meldrick Taylor, Julio Cesar Chavez ending in 1990 with a few seconds left. There was no time left on the clock when it was stopped. What about winning in this manner? Is it satisfying to you to win like this?
When you fight for undisputed champion of the world, you know, great opponent out in the second round, this is great result. And I believe why it's happened, because hours and hours and hours in preparation, dedication, motivation, just particularly for this particular moment. As I said in the press conference, this is my destiny. And I really believe this. It's really, really believe that this is my destiny, and it is my destiny.
Okay, we're going to take a look at the knockdown. You tell me what's going on here, Kostya. Go ahead, Kostya.
Yeah, I'm just very. You see its first right hand nearly comes through, and this is right on the chin. I've seen he's become a little lazy in the beginning. I've seen how he come in. And look at him. He's really look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. The referee has done the right decision to stop the fight. Otherwise, he will be really, really hurt. And it's not necessary to do. We are humans, and this is the life after boxing. And he's a young kid and still got some future for himself.
The clock was actually reading 0-0 at this point when the referee stopped it. Do you think he should have been given an opportunity to perhaps gather himself and come out for another round?
I think I've seen I didn't hit the bell. I didn't hit any bell. I knew it was close to the end, but referee in charge of the safety of us, and this is on his judgment. And I can't say, but look at this. he can be very, very hurt. What about if it's 1 second or 2 seconds or 10 seconds, whatever? He can be out and he's gonna be hurt for a long, long time. It's not necessary to do.
Everybody talked about his speed versus your power. Was his speed a factor in this fight in the first round? Did it throw you off at all?
No, not really. He was giving me a couple shots, good ones. I can't say that he was. First thing I can say, he was cold before the fight. This means that he prepared for a longer fight. He's a move around, and I make pressure a bit. I think I lost first round because in the middle of round he caught me a couple of times, but in the end of the round I got him back again very well as well. And from first, second round was mine. Really controlled by me, never really get shot on me, and I was really controlled. He's not having got really big speed.
The way that you caught him with that punch to end the fight, what does that say about your power? What kind of statement does that make about you as a fighter?
This is not really big power shot. I mean, I've got much heavier punches, but this is right timing, right accuracy, and exactly right time. And this is all about. You're doing this, you're preparing yourself for this particular moment, and hours, like I said, hours and hours for training to make this happen. If it never happened if I didn't train so hard, it's never happened if I bludge myself or give myself any excuse.
What does it mean to you to be the undisputed 140-pound champion of the world?
I become history in Australia, definitely, in Russia, definitely, and for a long, long time we never had the super lightweight champion of the world in this division, and I'm here again, and I put myself in best pound-for-pound boxers in the world right now because I am one of the three who has got all three belts.
The way that this fight ended, the controversy that's going to come out of this, will you give him a rematch, and does he deserve a rematch?
Do you remember in the press conference we asked the same questions to him? Winner take all. I answered the same way.
Nope.
It's a boomerang.
A boomerang. So what goes around comes around. No rematch.
Never know what's going to happen. We'll see how we're going to go.
Thank you very much. Congratulations on your victory. Enjoy.
Thank you very much.
Back to you, Steve.
All right, Tim, a jubilant Kostya Tszyu, understandably so, after you unifying the 140-pound division and living up to the theme of his ring walk music. I'm going to knock you out, but he does it in a shocking upset here. We're attempting to get a word with other people like Zab Judah. The referee, Jay Nady, will get clarification on the rule from Executive Director of the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Mark Ratner. But let's lead Bobby Ches into some telestrator work of the knockdown. Bobby?
We're going to see here, Kostya Tszyu always coming forward, putting pressure on. He throws a nice right hand here, but Judah leans out of the way of it, doesn't get hit by it, but his hands are still down. Kostya Tszyu coming forward, and Judah again, he leans out of the way of it. That one doesn't hit him, but you see those hands down? Now when we get over here, Kostya Tszyu again is coming forward. This right hand catches the very tip of the jaw right here of Zab Judah, and watch his head snap. He doesn't get out of the way of that one with his hands down. Hands down, you can't always outrun the hands with just your head.
How about the legs?
Now, okay, he went down, he got up, and he went back down again. Technically, that's an automatic stoppage. I believe that's a rule. I've seen it done many times, and they're going to find out a little bit, but his legs were definitely gone. He could barely walk. He couldn't have made it to the corner on his own power without the help of somebody.
Look at the reaction by Judah after he finds out that it's over. He just goes berserk. Well, we're going to find out if indeed that is a rule if you go down the second time. Let's get Jay Nady's words to Tim Smith. Tim?
Thank you very much, Steve. Referee Jay Nady, you stopped the fight. Was it because he went down a second time after the first knockdown?
There was only one knockdown. He went down twice, but the reason I stopped the fight was because he was almost unconscious when he went down the first time, and his equilibrium was so bad the second time that I was concerned about the second concussion syndrome, and I thought that if he got hit again, he might have some real damage.
Is there a rule in Nevada that if a fighter wobbles down for a second time that the referee has the discretion to stop the fight?
The referee has the discretion to stop the fight at any time.
Well, let me rephrase that. Do you have to stop the fight? Is it a must that you stop the fight?
I'm not certain what you're trying to get at, but when the fighter can't defend himself adequately, I have to stop the fight. That's the rule.
I guess what I'm asking is there a rule that says if a fighter goes down twice off of one knockdown, is there a rule that says that you must stop the fight?
No, it's the safety of the fighter that I'm most concerned about, and that's why we stopped the fight.
So, were you aware that there was no time left in the round, that the round had ended when you waved it off?
I was aware that the fighter was hurt, and I just didn't want him to take any more punishment. Like I say again, the second concussion syndrome, the second punch syndrome after a bad punch like that, he could have been hurt, and that was my only concern.
Have you ever had immediately after that? There was a lot of emotion in the ring, and Zab came over and put his glove underneath your throat. Have you ever had a fighter in the heat of an emotional loss like that come after you?
I don't believe so, no.
Do you feel that there should be any actions taken against him in this particular situation, him attacking the official?
That's not my decision. That belongs to the Nevada State Athletic Commission.
Okay, we're going to take a look at the altercation, and you tell me what's going on here. What is he saying to you, or can you describe what's happening?
I didn't hear him. I couldn't hear what he was saying.
Wow. But you sort of see that he's attacking you, and he's just sort of lost it. I mean, were you concerned about your safety at this point?
No.
And do you feel that any action should be taken against him?
Again, that's not my decision, and I don't have an opinion.
But would you like to see any action taken against him?
I don't like to see anything.
Okay, a controversial ending, Steve, and this will be talked about for a long time. And you know, we're going to try to get a word from Zab Judah. Thanks, Steve.
All right, thank you, Tim. Boy, right there in the heat of the battle, that's not an easy task for Tim Smith, doing an excellent job in interrogating Jay Nady, and I guess we got clarification of that rule. He just, as I pointed out after you made that reference to the possibility there's a rule if you go down 2 times from one knockdown, I think he just stopped it because of the safety. He looked in the guy's eyes.
He had just said that. Now, having said that, years ago I was watching a fight on Wide World of Sports, and the fighter went down, flash knockdown, jumped right back up in his corner, said, take the 8 count, take the 8 count. He went back down to a knee, and the referee stopped it, and he's the one who quoted that rule. That's the only reason I was even familiar with it. Mm-hmm. And, you know, boxing has changed a ton of different organizations, different rules, combined rules, so I don't know that that still exists under any sanctioning body, but I would be very interested to see if any of the states have that, because if that's the case, it's automatic, and it makes it a little less. If you go down twice from one knockdown, there's a pretty good indication you got a problem.
Plus, it was the nature of what he looked like. I mean, he was wobbly. This is Jay Nady conferring with Executive Director Mark Ratner a moment ago, head of the Nevada State Athletic Commission. But it was the way he looked. He really looked to be in bad shape. And I tell you what, if I'm the referee standing 2 inches from the guy's eyes, I may stop the fight too.
I'll tell you right now, myself, as a former fighter, a guy gets up and then can't walk 3 feet and falls and gets up and starts falling again. That's a real good indication he's got a problem. And 8 seconds was already up. The standing 8 count, he was still on the floor. Well, he started counting when he fell again, because you saw Jay start counting. And when he fell again, he waved it off.
It's an unpopular call, but probably the safe one, the correct one by Jay Nady.
You know, again, safety is a big factor, and sometimes people jump the gun. You can't say he jumped the gun. He started the count, and then Zab Judah went down again.
Well, it's the 3rd time Judah's gone down in his career. He went down in the first round against Tehran Millett. He went down in the second round against Jan Bergman, and now he goes down to the second round again in the biggest fight of his life, his defining fight against Kostya Tszyu. Was it the result of carelessness? As we'll take another look.
It absolutely was.
Carelessness, just as the other 2 were before him.
He puts.
All right. Let's go back to it. Round 2 and take another look. Now, Judah won the first round. Tszyu was winning the second round. He was evening it up. And this occurred just a second before the bell, 2:59 of round 2.
Here you can see that Kostya Tszyu's made some of the adjustments with his jab. His jab has been a little more powerful, a little quicker.
You can see
he's stepping.
Yeah, finding his range a little more now?
He's cutting the ring off to the left a little bit. You can see him making the adjustment. See with the left hand, trying to come outside. I said the left hook might be more effective in the long run.
Yes.
Second round, he comes out using much more left hands, jab and hooks. And, you know, Zab Judah has phenomenal reflexes. There's no question about that. But you can't fight a guy who punches that hard and leave your hands all the way down. And if you watch the knockdown real close, when Judah goes down, he gets hit on the tip of his jaw, and there's a good whiplash.
Yes.
And if you don't see punch, the whiplash short circuits your optical nerves and things. It's very bad.
Well, those are the worst kinds of knockdowns, right? The ones you don't see, and usually you don't get up from those.
And if you do, you get up with bad legs because of the short circuit. That's, I've been there. Unfortunately, I've been there.
Very unsteady legs, very wobbly legs, which was the case here. All right, we're closing in on the shocking knockdown here by Kostya Tszyu. It comes at the 2:59 mark.
Here you see Judah's not able to get off the combinations he did in the first round. He wasn't able to come forward as well with his punches in this round. This round he absorbed more punishment, not big punishment, but some of the cleaner shots of Tszyu were starting to get in. And you can see on the inside that there's a strength factor difference.
Tszyu was figuring Judah out in the second round. After a very difficult first round, being outspeeded by Zab Judah. But you can see Tszyu closing the gap and closing in on the finish.
And you can't always outrun the hands with just your head speed. Sometimes you're going to get caught. And unfortunately for Zab Judah, he got caught real clean.
If you're just tuning in after clicking around, this is a replay of the Tszyu-Judah fight, and you are in for a shocking surprise, especially if you're a fan of Zab Judah, because it's coming up momentarily. Again, Judah controlled the first round with his speed. He got a couple of good shots in, as Kostya Tszyu pointed out with Tim Smith. But we're reaching the climax in seconds.
Stop!
As Kostya Tszyu did much better earlier on in round 2 and then finished the job.
You see right here, he'll miss a right hand, Kostya Tszyu. Zab Judah swings with his hands down, though. His hands are down, and Zab Judah gets away.
Stop!
Let him go. Thank you.
Don't blink.
Right here, watch, he'll get out of the way of this one. See, he's just dropped that one. That one he did not get out of the way. Hands down. Now he falls again. I was under the understanding that if you fall again from one knockdown, that a fight is over. That is what I was under the understanding. In which case, it's one of those things where a referee does have the discretion, and Jay Nady started counting and stopped it.
And the protest ensues from Zab Judah, not so much from his corner people, but from Zab himself. They just had to restrain Judah from further difficulty. So an unbelievable finish here in Las Vegas. Right now, Tim Smith is standing by in the dressing room with Zab Judah. So let's go to Tim.
Thank you very much, Steve. And Zab is much calmer than he was in the ring. So we're going to try to find out your thoughts on the stoppage. How badly hurt were you from the knockdown?
I mean, you know, I'm in a world title fight. I got hit with a good shot. You know what I mean? I went down, but I was for sure that I was up. You know what I'm saying? In time, I just felt I was never given a chance for a count. You know
well, there is no standing 8 count in Nevada.
I mean, he just stopped it. He just, what, you fall and that's it?
So you thought it was an early stoppage?
Yeah, it was an early stoppage. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see, quickly, I got my head back together. And, you know, I was ready to go back again. You know what I mean? He just looked, like, he walked up to me and just said, it's over. I mean, you can't do that.
There's no standing 8 count in Nevada, but there is a count.
That's Gary Shaw.
I both started count. I mean, what the hell? Nothing. Just it's over.
Did you get up too quickly? I mean, did you bounce?
I mean, I mean, maybe from lack of experience, yeah, I got up quickly. But you see, shortly after that, I was ready to go again. You know what I mean? And just you just waved it off. That was crazy. You know what I mean?
Okay, we're going to take a look at the knockdown right now. So you tell me what's going on, Zab.
I mean, you know, I think I pulled straight back, which my dad would tell me to keep my hands up. I got hit with a good shot. I got hit with a shot pulling back, I bet you. You know what I mean? But, okay, good. I got hit with a shot pulling back, okay? I went down. Maybe I got up too fast, okay?
You're a little wobbly here.
Yeah, I mean, you hurt. Yeah, okay. And, I mean, I was wobbly, you know what I mean? It's a world title fight. I got up too fast, but, you know, I should have been given time to get up. This is not like it's no, you know, it's a world title fight.
What are you saying to the referee?
He already stopped it. I said, what are you stopping it for? You know what I mean? I mean, come on. I seen fighters roll around the floor. And you know what I'm saying? He just never gave me a chance. You know what I mean? He never gave me a chance. Big as this fight is, it should have never been stopped like that.
So you were going back here.
Right. I got caught pulling straight back.
There you go. But Zab, you're really wobbly right here, Zab.
Okay, I'm on the floor, Tim. I can't be wobbly.
But I mean,
cut it out, man. I'm trying to get smart.
No, I'm saying when you get up here.
Of course, I got hit with a shot. Okay, cool. I'm down, but look. Come on. He didn't even start counting nothing. He just stopped it, man. Look. I'm back up.
Do you think he stopped it because you went down a second time?
I mean, I don't know what was thinking. You know, what was running through the ref. Look. I'm back. Look. I'm talking to him like, yo, what are you doing? You know what I mean? I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? I can't cry about it, you know what I'm saying? All I gotta do is come back, you know what I mean? I'm a young fighter, Tsyzu's a legend, you know what I mean? And I just was happy to be in there. I just thank God no one got hurt, and I'll be looking for a rematch.
And now in the first round, it seemed like you were doing the things that you should have been doing. Your speed was working, you had him off balance, and you won the first round on everybody's card, I'm sure. Right. But what happened in the second round in terms of did you get careless?
No, the way I felt I came out at a fast pace. You know what I mean? I know it's a 12-round fight. We prepared for a 12-round fight. So while me being in there fighting, like I'm getting hyped right now, I was hyped in the first round, and I mean, you might have thought I was doing good, but I felt I was rushing myself. You know what I mean? I was rushing the patience went too fast. So I decided to slow it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Work my jab a little more, slip around. And you know what I'm saying? I got called a shot. I mean, every fight called a shot went down, but you know, I felt I was able to get up and keep continuing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Now, after the fight, your emotions got the best of you, and you went over and had a few words with the referee. Do you regret doing that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you know, like I said, I don't mean to harm anybody in a championship fight. It's just that it's a big fight, and you gotta understand with a big fight like this, and stakes on the line, with a big fight like this and big thing on the line, you gotta understand emotions are involved. You know what I mean? So anything I may have did to the referee or anybody else, I apologize for.
Referee owes him an apology.
Now, this was a highly anticipated matchup, a controversial ending. Yeah. Would you like to see it again?
Oh, of course. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm a true champion. I'm pretty sure Tsyzu's a true champion, and I'm pretty sure he wouldn't want to win a fight like this. You know what I mean? This is a mega fight. This is the best that the division has to offer. I mean, what are you gonna do now? Fight other guy? I mean, I feel like we should do it again because we are the best out there that happened. You know, it was a controversial fight. You know what I mean? I went down, of course, but I got up like the soldier I am. You know, and maybe I may have reacted I may have overreacted a little bit, but you know, I'm sorry for that. But I just felt like I was still able to continue. And you got to feel, you got to feel me in a big fight like this. Emotions are involved. You know what I mean? And so for him to come over there and wave it off, I just was like, oh, so it's over? It can't be. You know what I mean? I mean, this is a mega fight. I mean, this is not a fight that just no. You know what I'm saying? This is a mega fight. So for him to stop it like that, I just felt like, you know, that was uncalled for.
Okay, very disappointing night, I'm sure, for Zab, Judah. But back to you, Steve.